Welcome back to the garden. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray, and thank you so much for joining us today here on the channel. So I have been plant shopping, and I've got a plant haul that I want to show you. And I also picked up a new pot at a flea market that I have ready to plant up. So we're gonna look at that. So let me flip the camera around and show you everything I got. I'm super excited. All right, so here is the pot. I picked this up at a flea market here in town locally for $10, which I thought was pretty good for an old beat up pot that I wasn't worried about using as a planter. Now, if this was a brand new pot off the shelf, I may have hesitated. I may have hesitated if I spent more money on it, but since it was old, it's not in perfect condition. You know, if it lasts me 3, 4, 5 years, great. If not, you know, it's fine. But I have already, as you can see, filled it with dirt, and I have put a drain hole in the bottom. It did not have a drain hole. There was remnants of dirt in this beforehand, so the people that put it at the flea market undoubtedly had tried to plant in it before, but they didn't put a drain hole in it. So I'm guessing their stuff died and they finally got tired of fooling with it. So I've got that ready to go. And I've went to Lumber One today in Mayflower, which, as you know, if you follow my channel, I've done a video there before, is one of my favorite garden centers. And look at this beautiful stuff I picked up. Okay, can you even believe this succulent? How perfect and beautiful is this? I mean, stunning. And I picked up 2 millets. These will be for fall planters on the front of the house. Not ready to plant those up yet, but I wanted to go ahead and grab them in case other people I didn't want other people to beat me to them. Because last year I waited a little too late, and when I got my millet for my fall planters last year, I got the bottom of the barrel and one was bigger than the other, and it was scraggly. So I picked out 2 beautiful ones that will continue to grow as I hold them until fall planting. I picked up a little fern here. And I picked up some beautiful ivy that's going to look so good trailing out of pots. Potentially this one. I picked up 3 more succulents. Again, these are really good. $1.79 for this size. These are going to go into my big succulent container on the patio coffee table. I've had a few spots open up in there. A few things have withered out. So I'm going to pop a few extras in there to get things fresh and spruce back up. And then it is fall planting time. You know what? Let me just flip this around. All right. Let's have a moment of harsh reality and truth. I hate growing stuff from seeds. I know it's the hip, trendy, cool thing to do. Everybody on YouTube is doing it. I've tried it. I've put seed videos out there before. I don't like it. I don't have a greenhouse. I don't have the proper space for it. If I had the right conditions, it would be no problem. But y'all, I just don't like it. And let's throw some truth on it. I did try to grow some cabbage and Brussels sprouts for myself. Sorry, the sun. I got the seeds from Baker Creek. They're great varieties. I was excited. I planted them and forgot about them. These things withered up and died. This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Let me flip this camera back around and show you what I went and bought. It's just easier for me and the season of my life that I'm in. I'm gonna let the grow house, the greenhouse, the garden centers worry about starting these things from seed. and I'm just gonna get the starts and pop them in the garden. Now I know that's not what everybody wants to do, but for some of us, that is the reality. And I'm here to tell you, it's okay. If you're like me and you don't have a greenhouse and you don't want to take up your dining room table or half of your kitchen or whatever, then don't do it. Don't worry about it. I tried it. I didn't like it. I failed at it. It's done. So I went and bought my fall crops. Now let's see what I got. All right, so I got some Butter Crunch lettuce. Some Destiny variety broccoli. If you know how to pronounce this, then put it in the comments. Maybe put it phonetically. Hestia, Brussels sprouts. They look really good too. Then I have here some Fast Vantage cabbage and some Bok choy. So I am looking forward to all of that. Now I actually already have a few cabbages planted out in the fall garden. I picked up a 6-pack of those already and popped them in. I didn't video that. And I have started my turnips. I'm growing turnips this fall, and I did grow those from seed because putting seed directly in the ground in the garden is a breeze. I'll do that all day long. But this controlled environment where you have to mist them and take care of them, that ain't for me. We're gonna let other people do that, and we're gonna rock and roll on with this packaged good stuff, right? So there's that. So that's what I'm growing so far. I'm also planning on putting some garlic in. I've got to wait to order that. It's not available yet. And I've got a second batch of cucumbers that I did start those from seed. Those worked. So that was easy enough. A cucumber, you know, it's a quick germination. It's pretty foolproof. I had no issues getting those seeds to come up. I've already got those out in the garden as well. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'll come across for the fall garden. I'll just make another video and show you. But for now, I think I'm going to set my camera up and I'm going to pot up this new planter, this jar that I got, and let you see how that looks. So hang on just a second and let me get set up. I almost forgot to mention, I did stop at another garden center today too, the Plantopia Nursery, which is another big garden center here on the North Little Rock side of town. And they have all of their perennials 75% off. So now is a great time for you to stock up on perennials. The perennials, as you know, are things that come back every year. Annuals are what dies and you have to plant annually. Perennials come back every year, theoretically. Sometimes they don't make the winter, sometimes they're sick, but these are perennials. They're going to come back every year. So I picked these 3 plants up right here. This is a pineapple sage, this is a blanket flower, and this is a leucanthemum. All 3 of these for $5 off the clearance rack, and that's a gallon size Proven Winners pineapple sage. So that was a good buy just for it. And as you can see, he's already stressed out, but we're going to get him taken care of. All right, so now let me put this pot together. Okay, so I've chosen 3 things to go in this jar. I'm going to go with the male fern, which I have already groomed up, the blanket flower, which I have groomed up and trimmed some of this mess off just to clean him up a little bit, and one of the ivies. So now I've just got to smash them down and get them into this jar. All right, I moved you over here to the back of the truck where I could set the camera up and get you a better shot of what I'm going to be doing. Look at the root system on this perennial. Wow, it has been in this can for a long time. It was time to get out. So I'm gonna go ahead and break a lot of this off and give this guy a better fresh start. So I've noticed here, let me turn this around a little bit, that some of this ivy is straggly, and it started to root itself where it shouldn't have rooted. So I'm gonna come in here with just my garden scissors and prune this guy up. And help him look a little better. Let me take him, I'm gonna water him in real good, and I'm gonna set him where he's gonna go, and then I'll show you the final product. All right, guys, so here it is. So this fern will fill in, the ivy will hopefully fill in, and the blanket flower will fill up a little bit and get a little healthier. But I think it's really pretty. This is just here on our pool cart. Here next on the patio next to the pool. So I've got some succulents, some candles, citronella candles, some more succulents and cactus. And so I just needed a little pop here. Now this stays shady a good bit. Now the blanket flower is a sun-loving flower, but this is not going to be a pot. This pot will get switched out before long. The ivy could stay. The fern would not make it through the winter, and this needs to go into the landscape at some point. So I'm just enjoying this pot for the next month and a half to 2 months until first frost, at which point, before first frost happens, these both will come out and find new homes. But for the next 2 months, for basically $5 worth of plants and a $10 bowl, I think this looks really good. So yeah, so what do you think? What's your thoughts? What's your impressions and comments? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Would you have done something differently? Leave me some comments below. I would love to hear from you, get your thoughts, ideas, and opinions. You know, that's one thing that gardeners need to stick together, because I have some ideas and you have some ideas and somebody else has some ideas, and if we share them all together, we can come up with some pretty amazing things for our gardens. So feel free to pop some comments below. Let me know what you thought about this little pot and this arrangement, what you would do differently. So like I said though, this is not a forever pot. I understand that. And you know, these little pots like I used you can buy them pretty readily at like home furnishing stores, you know, TJ Maxx's, Home Goods, all that kind of stuff. Will it hold up outside? Probably not, obviously not forever, but for 10 bucks on a flea market shelf, why not? Go for it. I love the color, I love the shape. It works, right? So do what you got to do. That's I just love to do different things and make it work. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. I hope you enjoyed seeing my plant haul, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this pot come together. Like I said, leave me some comments below. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed this video overall, hey, I would love a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked watching it. And until next time, guys, from my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.